Good afternoon, everyone. As part of Wacky Wednesday, I thought I would read from Aesop's Fable. I will read three of my favorites. The first, many of you already know, it's the Hare and the Tortoise. A hare was continually poking fun at a tortoise because of the slowness of his pace. The tortoise tried not to be annoyed by the jeers of the hare, but one day, in the presence of the other animals, he was goaded into challenging the hare to a foot race. "Why, this is a joke," said the hare. "You know that I can run circles around you." "Enough of your boasting," said the tortoise. "Let's get on with the race." So the course was set by the animals, and the fox was chosen as a judge. He gave a sharp bark, and the race was on. Almost before you could say "scat," the hare was out of sight. The tortoise plodded along at his usual unhurried pace. After a time, the hare stopped to wait for the tortoise to come along. He waited for a long time until he began to get sleepy. "I'll just take a quick nap here in the soft grass, and then in the cool of the day I'll finish the race." So he lay down and closed his eyes. Meanwhile, the tortoise plodded on. He passed the sleeping hare and was approaching the finish line when the hare awoke with a start. It was too late to save the race. Much ashamed, he crept away while all the animals at the finish line acclaimed the winner. The moral of this fable is that slow and steady wins the race. The second I'll read is the miser. A miser who never stopped worrying about the safety of his many possessions sold all his property and converted it into a huge lump of gold. This he buried in a hole in the ground near his garden wall, and every morning he went to visit it and gloated over the size of it. The miser's strange behavior aroused the curiosity of the town thief. Spying upon the rich man from some bushes, the thief saw him place the lump of gold back in the hole and cover it up. As soon as the miser's back was turned, the thief went to the spot, dug up the gold, and took it away. The next morning, when the miser came to gloat over his treasure, he found nothing but an empty hole. He wept and tore his hair, and so loud were his lamentations that a neighbor came running to see what was the trouble. As soon as he had learned the cause of it, he said comfortingly, "You were foolish to distress yourself so over something that was buried in the earth. Take a stone and put it in the hole, and think that it is your lump of gold. You never meant to use it anyway. Therefore, it will do you just as much good to fondle a lump of granite as a lump of gold." And the application, the moral of this fable, the true value of money is not in its possessions, but in its use. And finally, the third fable, the Lion and the Mouse. A lion was asleep in his den one day when a mischievous mouse, for no reason at all, ran across the outreached paw and up the royal nose of the king of beasts, awakening him from his nap. The mighty beast clapped his paws upon the now thoroughly frightened little creature and would have made an end of him. "Please," squealed the mouse, "don't kill me. Forgive me this time, O king, and I shall never forget it. A day may come, who knows, when I may do you a good turn to repay your kindness." The lion, smiling at his little prisoner's fright and amused by the thought that so small a creature ever could be of assistance to the king of beasts, let him go. Not long afterward, the lion, while ranging the forest for his prey, was caught in the net which the hunters had set to catch him. He let out a roar that echoed through the forest. Even the mouse heard it, and recognizing the voice of his former preserver and friend, ran to the spot where he lay tangled in the net of ropes. "Well, your majesty," said the mouse, "I know you did not believe me once when I said I would return a kindness, but here is my chance." And without further ado, he set to work to nibble with his sharp little teeth at the ropes that bound the lion. Soon the lion was able to crawl out of the hunter's snare and be free. The application, the moral of this fable: no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. What is your favorite fable? Your favorite Aesop's fable? Share in the comments below, and I may read it in the coming days. Be kind to one another, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Thank you.